harass. You really only need one Spore Crawler per base, unless he goes for some kind of heavy DT play. Sending in that guy to his death. Overseer won't be able to do very much. But see, not much else going on. Just gateways going down. What is this? A robotics bay? So Tojo wants to go ahead and just make lots and lots of Colossus. Not doing a good job keeping down his minerals and gas. And let's see how he has on the saturation here. That's pretty good saturation. Could be doing a better job at saturation at this base. But, you know, nothing terribly wrong here. Tojo's doing a fine job macroing, and Frosty has yet to take his third. So if the game keeps on going on like this, I mean, Frosty's just going to lose because the macro potential of Protoss on 2 base is greater than that of Zerg on 2 base. But, oh goodness, look at that gas. This is what happens when you take 4 geysers and you don't have enough drones. Let's see his saturation. Not nearly as good. I mean, he could use about 8 more drones per line. You really just want to fill up this entire line with drones. Like Frosty and Tojo really have just done this every game where they've just had not enough workers. But now that they're sitting back in their base, there's no real engagements, and they're just... Oh, this is so funny. Oh my god, this is so funny. Tojo's doing the hallucinated Colossus thing again. Which the smarter thing to do is actually to hallucinate them, you know, maybe when you've already staged your opponents. If Frosty doesn't... Oh goodness, this entire army's not even going to engage this. Now Tojo has a very short window of time that he can attack. But he just doesn't. He's going to lose all these hallucinated Colossus. He lost all that sentry energy. And he's not chronoing out this Colossus. Does he have any chrono boost? Yes, he does. If he wants to go Colossus heavy, he could make another Robo, but maybe he wants to diversify his tech a little bit. He doesn't even have extended thermal lance. So second Colossus on the way and no extended thermal lance. Let's look at the production tab. Spire is almost complete for Frosty. You can expect him to overmake Corruptors since he saw all those Colossus and thought they were real. So 7 Corruptors are on the way. And once again, we're just seeing this lopside in minerals versus gas because Frosty doesn't saturate these minerals as well as he should. So, third base is down. Frosty needs to saturate that as well. 11 Corruptors on the way. To take out 2 Colossus, you don't need that many, but he'll be well prepared. Tojo's making sure that nothing can get through this little area right here. Is starting on Blink. And not much else going on. Both players are just hanging out in their base once again. So these Corruptors are going to wander around the map unattended. This is not a good idea. Because they can get picked off. And actually in this position, it's a pretty good idea because of the size of this map to go for mutas. It's just really hard for Protosses to deal with. You make about 6 mutas and just harass probe lines. He has to stay defensive, and meanwhile you take another base. But 5 more drones finally getting added to Frosty's worker count, so that is nice. He might not be so lopsided later. Okay, so it's 47 to 48. Not terrible. Remember, these are Corruptors, Frosty. These are not Mutalisks, so they can't exactly do much. Well, he's going to get in here and scout, so that's not too bad. Let's see how fast these guys are. About 2.95. They're not very fast. These guys are pretty slow. So, go ahead and do this again, and... I didn't know those things bubbled at the top of their head. I mean, look at that bubbling. I guess that's the, corruption gland, right? Anyways, their little tails just waving in the air. But, oh, goodness, 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 goodness. Okay, did not mean to do that. But did you notice this? Whenever your units are in the water, they, kind of... I don't know what that little effect is called. Ah, goodness, did not mean to do that again. Anyways, he's going to... Oh, Tojo's going to move out with a bunch of... Uh-oh, these Colossus are going to get intercepted. If he can catch some... Oh no, he is going to catch 2 of these Colossus. That is a big deal. If he loses the second Colossus, Tojo's going to be in a lot of trouble with only 3 Colossus in his army with this many Corruptors. BadMrFrosty does not need to engage this, but unfortunately a lot of these fake Colossi are in the back. They're not up here with the rest of his army. So, well, that kind of does it for the game. Unless they decide to both sit back in their base. There's just too many units here for Zerg, and he'll go and take out the rest. Meanwhile, these Zealots and Immortals are clearing off the rest of this static defense. But I mean, Frosty should be able to hold this off. This Zealot might actually survive. No, he'll get picked off by the rest of the army. Now the rest of the army can go back and just counterattack. But instead, it looks like he wants to sit in his base. I can't tell you how many times I've seen Golden Under games where they just sit in their base. Like, they have an advantage and then they just sit in their base. Decent saturation over here at this base. This proxy pylon going to no use from Tojo. Might have forgotten that it was there. But let's look at the unit tab since nothing else is going around. 15 Corruptors, 22 Roaches, and 10 Hydralisks. Plenty. That's more than enough. I'm not sure what these Stalkers are doing. They're getting a little bit out of position here. They will get picked off by this army. You don't want just Stalkers against Roach Hydra. You're going to want that to be protected with some Colossus as well. So meanwhile, I mean, Tojo's staying on this, and he's getting a Dark Shrine. This is the easiest way to get back into a game, is to make a Dark Shrine. Make a couple DTs, and then, since he has this proxy pylon here that Frosty hasn't acknowledged, just warp in some units. But I think he wants to attack. Not sure what he's doing with these Corruptors. I'm not sure why he's attacking into all these cannons, but he is going to kill off both of these Colossi, and then he's going to have the army, he's going to chase away the other army. He's pretty much broken down this wall now, and so there are no more cannons. If he had Burrow, he could use Burrow. These force fields are just too late. His units aren't in a good position. This was not a good location to attack into. So Frosty will retreat. And let's see, are there any overseers? He still doesn't notice what's going on here. He still has no clue that there's a pylon here, but it looks like he wants to counterattack again. Getting a slightly better position this time. Now he's up really close. Tojo cannot zone him out with force fields. So that should do it. That Dark Shrine has finished. So he might be able to, no, he's going to warp in more Stalkers. DTs are going to come in here and clean up the third, by the way. But he's going to lose this entire base. So, this base might go down. But that's the least of his concerns, really. So, that'll do it for game number 4. It looks like Frosty is the winner of the semifinals in the StarCraft Central.net Golden Under tournament. And again, I've been your host, King Ruthless. I hope you guys have enjoyed the cast at the very least. And yeah. Tojo says he should have gone air. That's actually not a bad option on this map. I guess I'm in the persuasion in general that air is just a really good thing for Protosses to get. It forces Hydras if you can be defective enough with your harass. And then if you get early enough Colossus, you pretty much just roll over your Zerg opponent. So, yeah, that does it for that game. This Dark Templar will get picked off. Yep, that'll do it. So anyways, GG's out from both players being very mannered. And that'll do it for this game. So hope you guys have enjoyed the cast so far. I've been your host again, King Ruthless, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.